Hello everyone. Welcome to the EBM Scholars. Today I'm coming here with another good news. This will be a very good week for the good news. And this good news is about the resuming or resumption of the visa processing. We all know that because of the COVID-19 and other related restrictions and the suspensions, the US embassies around the world and consulates were making special types of visas, and the majority of the visas were under situation where you are not supposed to get these kind of interviews. And especially, for instance, the people who are under the H1 visa, people who were under the what we call the L visa, people under the J visa, but also the DV lottery winners or the DV just apart from the DV lottery winners, but most of the immigrant visas were on hold. I know there are some people on the H1 visa, work visa, they have been at their home, they do not know what's going on, they are just like, okay, what is going on? How can we get the visa back? So there is a new good news, the visas processes are going to resume. This is coming out from the today's presidential proclamation. President Joe Biden, after swearing in the office, the first thing he has done as the president is to sign various executive orders. So there are so many executive orders. There is executive order about protecting the federal workforce by introducing the mandatory to wear mask in the federal building. There is one about going back to Paris Accord, the issue of environment. There are so many, and there is one proclamation which is called the Proclamation on Ending the Discriminatory Bans on the entry to the United States. So this was specifically talking about the issue of travel ban, or the countries which were under the travel ban, 13 countries, which is Burma, Eritrea, Sudan, Tanzania, Nigeria, Somalia, Yemen, Venezuela, North Korea, Kyrgyzstan, all those countries, they were on the travel ban. So number one, those countries have been removed. So from now on, there's a video talked about the removal of those countries from the travel ban. So they are free now. We come back on the clean slate. There is no country on the travel ban at the moment. So, but this is another part of that proclamation that, President Biden says, accordingly, I hereby proclaim, number one was the section 1 was revoking executive orders, the previous executive orders on the travel ban. But section 2 is saying resumption of visa processing and clearing of the backlog of cases in waiver processing. So the Secretary of State shall direct all the embassies and consulates consistent with applicable law and visa processing. So remember, the keyword is these visa processes, they have to follow the applicable laws and the procedures which have been set up by the Department of State, including any related coronavirus disease procedures. You know, during the COVID, there are so many visas have been stopped. Even though this one hasn't said it clearly, so don't come later, EBM said this one. Even though it hasn't said, but with this one, that indirect, it has removed previously suspension of visa interviews we have seen for the DV lottery winners, for the H1 visas. We have seen all those kinds, like one was in February, it was in April, then it was in June after 60 days, it went to the end of December, and then it went up to end of March. But with this one, if you are telling the Secretary of State to tell all the embassies, to tell all the consulates that from now on you have to resume all the visa processes, to resume visa processing in a manner consistent with the revocation of the executive order and the proclamation specified in this section of this proclamation. So for that case, we are expecting, for those who are DV lottery winners, KCC, Kentucky Consular Center, whatever, to start giving the second notification letter for the visa interview dates. That will be number one. But secondly, we are expecting for people who were under H1 visa to start getting the H1 visa interviews if they were in, you need to know they are waiting for that. So all those kind of things we are expecting to start the visas to be coming ahead. So that was the very good news. I want to make sure that very soon. So remember, so I know, like, if you are the V lottery winner, for instance, you are expecting, oh, when are they going to send me the notification of the interview? Yes, they might send the interview notification maybe today or whatever, but that depends on your case number. So with your case number, you'll be calling for the interview. From the day you receive the notification, there will be at least, if they want to expedite, it will be at least 4 weeks. But most of the time we have seen is 6 weeks. So it will be at least 4 weeks, because there are some people outside the country, so they have to go back to their country to meet with their family to process. So the smaller case number, you'll be getting the interview notification later. So let's say today is, let's say January 21st, 22nd, they give you the notification. So obviously your interview will be almost the end of middle, almost most likely will be the end of February. So we are hoping the end of February to start to see the visa interviews for the DV lottery winners. But for the rest, very soon we'll start to be able to see people going to the interviews and to get the visas. So that's a very good news which I want to share with you. Thank you so much, everyone. Goodbye.